Welcome everybody. Good Vibes presents Sweetest Taboos with the lovely YVE NIMI. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome everybody. Please share these videos, turn on the notifications for these and more, and our special guest is going to tell us about herself. If we're going to talk about writing and freedom of expression, please tell us about what you write and expressions.
I write erotica. Yes, I run an erotica blog. It is YVE-evolution.blogspot.co.uk. I believe the link is going to go up with this interview. And also, I have now come to accept that I also run an erotica Instagram page. Before it was just, oh, I like a little bit, I like some pictures. But actually, that's what it is. So now that I have accepted that, I'm going to stop getting banned on Facebook. And that is me in a nutshell. I like the term expressions because the whole idea for me is just to allow people a platform to express themselves. I'm very much about that. Express yourself without judgment, and yes, be free. So that is why I really like the fact that we're talking about it in terms of expressions.
And also, what's it called? Like to know what type of writing, the content style, you call it.
In broad terms, is erotica. Sometimes I'm very subtle. I like subtlety. I think that is where I stay very comfortably, as opposed to it being in your face. It's more of a hint, and the idea is to draw you out slowly, so it's not like bam and that's it. It's just, get you out slowly. So subtlety is what I do the most. However, every once in a while you want the bam.
Did you say bam or bang? Let me hear. Bam?
Bam.
The bam,
like,
yes.
Bam. You want that.
So I like this. In the bam, for your bam and your type of writing, have you ever been censored or reported?
I get reported a lot. I never know who I'm reported by. But there are people that would prefer me to be censored. So they do, and probably give a little bit of my background. I come from a very Christian background. My family are Christians and they're born again. And so when you come from that background, you obviously have friends that are that way. And so when they see my writing, they get a little bit touchy, a little bit uncomfortable. I don't deny or dispute that they enjoy it. I think they enjoy it, but it's probably, there are certain things that a lot of people, from Christians, non-Christians, in general, a lot of people, especially black people, believe should be private. And so when you put that public and you put that in a public forum, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. So I do get messages of people stating, well, that's a bit much, isn't it? Or, what would your parents think? Or what do your siblings think? So I do get quite a lot of that.
And do you feel it's hypocrisy, or do you feel it's just fear? What do you put it down to?
Yeah, hypocrisy is quite, I don't know, I suppose it has that negative connotation, but essentially that's what it is, because these people, I know these people do things. I know they do things to the nth degree. So I suppose there is a little bit of hypocrisy, but I think there is a bit of fear because we have grown up in general in society, and when I say us, I generally use my background, my African background. I grew up in Nigeria, so I think when the fear is not quite the right word, but I think there is the idea that certain things should be private and not made public, and I respect that. But I think for me is when you bring your issues or your principles or your belief system into mine to stop me from doing that, that's generally where I have an issue with. So I think when people come and say, shouldn't this be private, I get it. For you, it should be private. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not making you do anything. But for me, certain things are public, and public is fine.
I like this. So I'm going to tell you something really quickly about myself, and I don't understand this, and I'm hoping Eve can explain to me. I welcomed Eve onto this show because I think her writing is beautiful. I Afro blushed at some of it. I have to be honest.
As you should.
As
my job done.
But I'm the kind of person who I do not understand why, when people kiss on screen, I look away. So that respect and that, I don't know, what you're talking about, I think it's out of just, give people room to do this. But I don't understand, because me, it's okay. I understand. So I love the beauty in it. And for me, explain myself, please.
I wish I could explain you. I think it comes down to, you know, being a fairly private person and allowing, for you, there's intimate acts that are private. And so you put that, so when someone else is doing it, you give them the privacy because that's what you would prefer.
That's true.
If
that's
you
true.
know, I don't think if you're kissing your husband, you would want someone to like, hey.
No,
you know. So I think for you, because you know you're that kind of person, you wouldn't want someone watching you, so you don't watch other people. And I think that's what. Well, to be fair, the fact is on screen is a bit, hey, what's going on? But I think that's what it is, and I think it has to do with who you are. It has to do with how you've grown up, how you've been brought up, and what you think of sex. And those are things that I truly respect, because for me, in terms of the expression, not everyone wants to express everything, and that is what I'm okay with, and I think everyone should be okay with. And that's the idea. The idea is to do as much or as little as you want, respecting other people's feelings about the situation. That's, for me, is the most important thing.
And I wanted to also find out about you look hot, stop it. I wanted you to tell us about, I saw something that you posted about you went to a fetish performance and stuff, and there was a lady on stage, and there was all kinds of things happening. Tell us about why you went, what you saw, and the reaction from your followers or family to that.
Okay. That was, I believe that would have been the E-Lounge. This is, I think he's Mr. Erotic Noah on Instagram, so follow him. He is, you know, me, but, well, I'm better. Because I'm me. No, he hosts this thing called E-Lounge. He started it in, I believe, I don't know if I have my dates right, 2014. And I hosted the event then, and I was very happy to be part of it because, as has been mentioned before, I'm very much about expression, and I don't believe there are so many forums for black people because it was specifically for black people. Obviously all races welcome, but it was actually created for black people, and I don't think we have a lot of those kind of spaces in sexual terms, because sex is always either you're married or there's some form of negativity added to it, even when you're okay with it, but there's a certain degree of, you know, hidden and all of that kind of stuff, especially when it comes to fetishes and kinks, and we don't talk about things like that, and really should. A lot of people have them. I feel pretty much everybody has some form of kink. It's just, you know, in varying degrees. But anyway, that's a different conversation. So he started this in 2014, and I hosted an event that day. And do you know what? It was chock-a-block. And that was when we were like, okay, there is a need for this. It was packed out. I was hosting, I was sweating. It was packed out. So I didn't do a lot of videos at the time, just because obviously when you're hosting and you're running around, you don't get to do that. And so he did another event last year, and this time, even if I was part of the team helping, it was actually hosted by a Storm. Her name is Madam Storm on Instagram. You know, she is amazing, an amazing woman. I know her, you know, professionally and personally, and she's very much about teaching women confidence and you know, allowing you to own yourself, but she's also a dominatrix. So she hosted that event at the time, and I was part of it. Now then I was able to, you know, I took time out to make little videos, and there was a woman on stage and she got a little spanking, you know, and she got a little spanking. I was quite happy to go on stage, but you know, maybe we are not quite on that level. So I posted the videos online, and I get yeah, a lot of people had quite a lot of things to say about that. Obviously, most people were, I have to be honest, a lot of people are quite positive about this, but you get the odd comments and you get the odd, ooh, what do you think? I didn't know you were about that life. But you know, the very ooh kind of way. And I'm about it. It's part of me. It's not even something I hide. So so when people are like, ooh, I'm like, hey. it doesn't necessarily make sense to me. But yeah, so you get a lot of people, you know, making those little comments, and you get people stating, oh, what do your family think? What, you know, my family, again, they're supportive in terms of, they're supportive of what I do. They don't need to know the details. They would prefer, and I have actually been told this explicitly, we don't need to know the details as long as you're okay. And that is where my family stands on it. And to be honest, you don't go around talking about your sex life to your family. So you know, it's quite okay for them not to know about this aspect of my life. But they know I write erotica, and they know that I am looking to write a book. So you know, that is kind of okay.
And tell us about what stage you're at with the book.
Oh my God. I've been talking about this book for like 2 years. And I already started it. Basically, there are two things I have going on. I have an anthology, which is going to be a lot of things for my blog, but a lot of new things. I'm not going to put everything on my blog. And I also have a book that I'm writing, which is, you know, a standard novel. The novel, it started off with my partner at the time, and it kind of, we sort of started working on it together, and then it kind of evolved, and I said, you know, I'm gonna take it, and I'm saying this publicly now, just in case one day he comes and he says, it's not your story. We did it together and you gave it to me, so I just want to put it out there. Well, no, jokes aside though, he's also a writer, and he's an amazing writer, and so we started doing that together, and so I saw the story, and they also evolved it, but it wasn't quite, because when you're collaborating with something, some of the ideas and some of your ideas they don't quite gel, and you're trying to make it work, but now it's mine, so I'm gonna, you know, remold it. So the anthology, I'm looking for it to come out this year. The novel, I'm looking for it to come out next year. It will be self-published. I'm gonna venture into that world and see how I feel like I can do it. I've done my research. I feel like it's something that I can do, but I will definitely let you guys know. I will put out all the marketing and all of that out there. So the anthology later on this year. Again, I've been talking about it for 2 years, so I feel like jinxing it, but now that I'm putting it out in public, maybe that will push me. So that's happening this year. The blog, I haven't updated since December. The funny thing is, I was arguing with someone because they said, oh, you haven't updated your blog for a while. I said, no, I did it in June. You know, and we were arguing, and I went, and I haven't done it since December.
Listen, people, the details for Eve's blog are going to be put up later on under this video, but please do check it out.
Check it out.
Connect with her. We're always open for that. So please let us know your thoughts on this. And also, can I just share with you, Eve writing before 50 Shades of Grey, and all of this business, okay? So before it went so-called mainstream, sex has been around a lot, yeah? And this is about insight, it's about intimacy, it's about not just about sex and the physical. This is something that's well written, not just about porn and all this kind of thing. So leave your prejudices and inhibitions to one side and engage. There needs to be, I think this is about Good Vibes Present Solutions. We need a counterbalance to the negativity that is porn. We know what happens and the consequences and the assumptions about that. You know, jackhammering away isn't great. So as I say, tune in, read, share. Just don't criticize. Criticism is a positive construction and a negative.
I will take positive feedback. Oh, sorry, and negative feedback. I will take feedback, but don't come at me saying, ooh, what do your parents think? It's not your business.
It's not your own. Now, what's it called? As I say, details will follow. It's been amazing. This is not the last time we're going to hear from Eve. Yeah. More to follow. How and would you like people to connect with you?
On Facebook, I am Eve Olution again. There's a story behind the again. On Instagram, you can do a search on YVE NIMI. That's YVE space NIMI. You can go to Eve YVE_Olution OLUTION. Find me. My page is private, so you can express yourself in any way. I found I recently went private, and people are really expressing. So yes, follow me. See what I do. Have a bit of fun. Get your blood pressure up a little bit in the morning.
And on that note, on Morning Glory, peace out, people. What's it called? Do connect, share your thoughts and experiences and these videos. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.